As it stands, there are 255,000 people in Bedfordshire, so you can only imagine the kind of difficulties that arise when you're starting out as a small band. However, there have been cases where bands have done really well in Bedford, like Don Broco and My Passion, who have started out playing low-key bands in Bedford Esquires, making Facebook pages for their friends to see and come to the gig. Playing small venues like that, they've gone on to play Download Festival and bigger gigs in London, featured in small magazines in Bedford to promote the band, but now they're in Kerrang magazine, on Kerrang radio and television, so the small success can be built up from being a small band. Are a 5-piece hardcore band from Biggleswade.
I'm Leo.
I'm Jamie.
I'm Luke.
I'm Ryan.
Yeah.
And I'm Giulia.
We are Inelegance!
We normally play in Hitchin. We've played a few shows in Luton and Bedford. And we've got some lined up in London coming up soon. Yeah.
The main Hitchin at the moment.
Yeah.
And who influences you?
Devil Solid Soul, Renoa, More Than Life, Elton John. No.
Elton John.
That was a lie.
Well, the bands that made us want to make a band was Low Atlantis and More Than Life. Like, me and Leo were just like sitting down that road
On a walk.
out there one day, just listening to some bands. I turned to him and I said, "Should we start a fucking band?" And he said, "Yeah."
I did, yeah.
And then there we go.
Progressive to this.
It's lovely, that story. How long have you been, do you write your own songs?
Yeah.
How long have you been doing that?
Since we
Since
started.
the beginning, but only recently we've gotten to a standard that we think
All
we
separately
love.
we kind of write music. Well, I write music, Jordan write music.
We'll,
does
we'll
as well,
write it,
so.
bring ideas together.
Yeah.
What would your advice be to someone who wanted to start a band?
And use your time wisely.
And think about it.
Think about your music. Take time into writing.
Yeah.
Try and get a style as well, because if all your songs are like different, it's a bit shit really. So just kind of know what you're aiming for.
What's your favourite thing about being in as a group?
That.
We just have a good time.
We have a good
Yeah.
time. We like seeing people's
Something.
reactions at gigs, like even to people we don't know. It's good to have people move for us that we have not got a clue who they are and like us.
And hearing your music, like when it's recorded and stuff, like when you've done it, that's good.
And it occasionally like people from other countries will say, "Yeah, this is sick" or whatever, and that's good, obviously.
So how's it been forming a band in such a small town like Bedford, and kind of Hitchin's not that big either, like playing there? Has it been difficult to kind of gain success?
It's sort of like you got to know the right people. Like we know a few people that could help us do what we do, and yeah, if you just get in touch with people like that, then it gets easier and easier.
We then spoke to Jed, Josh and Craig, 3 out of 4 members of the newly formed band She Formed the Spies.
I'm Craig, this is Josh. I'm Josh, this is Craig.
Hey.
I'm Craig, this is Jed from She From the Skies. Sorry, I introduced you. We formed October the 6th, 2011. I know that because our guitarist told us. That's the day it was. Me and Jed and our bass player Connor, who's not here today, we were all at college and we decided that we really got on and we weren't really doing much. Jed and Josh were in another band called Soul in Seattle. They weren't great, and they kind of saw a good opportunity to get out of that shithole and play some good music. So ever since then we've been writing our own stuff, doing the old acoustic stuff every now and again, and we have plans to record soon, and that's all really, really exciting.
Yeah.
Anything else you want to say, Jed?
Covered it all, I think.
Covered it all? Well, there we go then.
In one massive sentence.
Obviously, everything will be kind of a lot easier if you live in a big city, but there's a lot of stuff around here that can really help young bands, like a lot of really awesome promoters, and there's some really, really cool venues you can play at. And it doesn't really affect us at all, I don't think. I think we do okay by living in... We all live in villages. I mean, there's nothing really in our own towns. We live quite far away, but everything apart from that, I don't really think it bothers us that much. Do you not think? It's good to see that you're saying those, Jed.
I don't think it's bad to live in such a small town because it means you're more original than if you were living in a bigger city. There's less to compete with.
I suppose it is hard that we live so far away. That's the only thing that may disadvantage us from finding it hard, but with opportunities-wise, I don't think we find it difficult at all. I think it's actually okay around here.
No, there's a lot of opportunities around.
Definitely. It's really good.
Sure, with the venues and stuff.
Yeah.
The third band are an acoustic duo from Sandy. They are Dan and Nathan.
We're music.
And Spies. I'm sorry, that was appalling.
There she is, alone again, and I got nothing to lose, I guess. So what am I waiting for? Tell her she needs to get out more. There's a door, come with me. They say good things happen to those who wait. But I'm getting tired of waiting.
We were formed ages ago, but then we didn't really do anything until September. So we'll say September.
Yeah, September's a good day.
So that's 8 months ago. Unless you're putting this on in a couple of months, in which case 10 months ago.
Why did you start a band?
Because we can.
Pretty much.
I like that answer.
Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
How long have you been songwriting?
Since about 2009, something like that. That was just on my own, and they were really bad. But then, you know, you just keep doing it. About 3 years.
What's it been like to try and find success in such a small town like Bedford?
Hard.
It's a mission.
It's very hard.
Do you think it would be easier if you lived in London?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any place like London, Brighton, anywhere with a bigger music scene it would be easier.
And they've got a beach,
And yeah, they've got
Brighton's got a
beach.
beach.
That's true.
which is fun.
Beaches help.
But yeah, it's hard. To summarise.
Come on now, don't be silly. The only one you're fooling is yourself.
And finally, we spoke to the V.I.Peas.
When were you formed?
Nick.
February. It was about January, February.
No,
it was about September, October. Was it 2010?
We practiced in that
We
garage
started-
in Norton Keynes, didn't we?
That was our first one. Was it 2010?
Yeah.
Why did you form a band?
Nick.
I don't know. Of music and
From
money.
my point of view, I played guitar forever, and I just wanted to do something. I hadn't played in the band for a long time, so I knew Roy played, I knew Danny sang.
Well, me and Danny played a gig together for some other band that was a little bit below par. We both thought we could do better, so that we made another band, which we invited Roy and Nick along to.
I think it's the other way around, actually. I think Danny said, "Oh, I know a drummer that's passable."
Passable, because that was awesome.
How have you found getting successful?
It was a bit of a surprise, really, wasn't it? How just it happened all really quickly, just suddenly gigs started flooding in. And then,
It happened a lot quicker than we thought.
yeah, over the space of the first year, it all just went
Over the
mad.
space
didn't
of the first few months, we just were booked
it?
solidly. And everywhere we played wanted us back.
And 2 gigs a weekend, wasn't it?
All four.
We've kept busy, we haven't turned much down. To be honest, we've done lots and lots of pubs, which has not had knock-on effects for other gigs as well, like weddings. We try to push more into weddings and functions rather than just doing
Last
pubs.
year we played everything we could get hold of.
Everything, yeah, we didn't turn
Everything.
anything down, we just played and played.
Which included 4 in one weekend, which was hard.
That was good.
That
It
was
was hard,
good.
it was hard.
2 in one day
It was an
was good.
experience, something you never forget.
And the 15th of April, we travelled to Islington in London to watch Inelegance perform. They performed alongside some bands called Eden in Vain, Sleepwalkers and more. After the gig, we met up with the guys just to see how they thought that the gig went.
Turnout wasn't very good, but it was a good experience. Like to get our first gig in London, and sound was pretty good. And it's always good to play in a new venue. So yeah, overall it went okay, I think.
The sound of the venue was awesome. Like, it was probably one of the best sounding venues we've had. You could really hear everyone from all monitors, and it was definitely a good sounding venue to go to.
I think there wasn't a crowd because the main band weren't big enough at all. They're good, they were really good, but you know, if you're not that big and you set up a tour and you go in too deep straight away.
You go in places that are just too far for people to travel, they're not going to bother travelling because they've got... Some people might, because they might like the band that much, but...
That's that.
Obviously not there.
That's that.
We got offered a gig in Oxford after, and well, that hasn't been arranged yet. Hopefully it will eventually.
Sometimes it doesn't take loads of people to make a good show.
It's clear that being an unsigned band in Bedford can prove to be difficult sometimes, but when you surround yourself by experience and opportunities, the possibilities to create your path of success are there.
Until the end, when beneath you